back to Foresights TV with me, Isma. In a significant move by the Department of Homeland Security or DHS, the United States government has announced the revocation of temporary legal protections for over 532,000 migrants, primarily from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua and Venezuela. These migrants have entered the US under the Humanitarian Parole Program, a legal mechanism that allowed them to stay for a period of 2 years, with the ability to live and work in the country. However, the new order effective April 24, 2025 will strip these individuals of their legal status, potentially leading to their deportation. This decision is part of a broader effort to curb the perceived abuse of humanitarian parole, a policy that has been a subject of contention throughout various US administrations. Here's a special story from Foresights TV. The revocation of temporary protections affects individuals who arrived in the US since October 2022 under the Humanitarian Parole Program. This policy granted temporary permits to the nationals of Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua and Venezuela, with understanding that they could stay in the US for up to 2 years if they had financial sponsors. The DHS's new policy, however, stated that individuals under the parole program who have no legal basis to remain in the US must depart by the parole expiration date, which for many will be on or before April 24, 2025. The decision aligns with the broader immigration stance taken by the Trump administration, which aimed to end what it described as the broad abuse of the humanitarian parole system. The Biden administration had continued the program, allowing up to 30,000 individuals per month for these countries to enter the US legally, though many of these migrants have not yet been granted asylum or other long-term immigration status. While the Biden administration had initially hoped the policy would reduce illegal border crossings, it has met with legal challenges, and the new order faces opposition from activists and legal experts alike. The decision to revoke legal status for these migrants have sparked widespread criticism. Activists, legal experts, and even some US citizens have raised alarms over the potential consequences of deporting a large number of individuals who are already settled in the US, many of whom have integrated into communities and are working to support themselves and their communities. Karen Tumlin, founder and director of the Justice Action Center, called the move reckless, cruel and counterproductive, emphasizing the emotional and social toll it would take on families. Additionally, the policy has been challenged in federal courts. A lawsuit was filed by a group of American citizens and immigrants seeking to reinstate the humanitarian parole program for Cubans, Haitians and Nicaraguans and Venezuelans. This legal battle is expected to unfold in the coming months and could influence the future of the policy. The government stance, which emphasizes the temporary nature of parole, contrasts with the reality of the ground, where many individuals have built lives in the US during their temporary stay. The new order comes as a part of the US government broader immigration strategy, which has placed increasing pressure on countries like Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua to accept deportations. While Cuba has cooperated with the deportation flights, both Venezuela and Nicaragua have been unwilling to accept deportees, complicating the situation. The Biden administration had also negotiated with Mexico to take back a significant number of migrants, but the diplomatic tensions surrounding these deportations have made it difficult to address the issue effectively. Furthermore, the challenges posed by the decisions are compounded by the ongoing political and economic crisis in the countries of origin. For instance, Haiti, which has been plagued by political instability and humanitarian crisis, faces difficulties in receiving deported citizens, further straining that the US's ability to handle deportations efficiently. The revocation of temporary status for over 500,000 migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua and Venezuela marks a significant shift in the US immigration policy, one that aims to end what is perceived as an abuse of the humanitarian parole program. While the policy supporters argue that it is a necessary step to address illegal immigration, it has sparked widespread opposition from activists and legal experts who argue that it will result in unnecessary hardship for individuals who have established lives in the US. The legal challenges and the potential impact of diplomatic relations with affected countries make it clear that this decision will be far from straightforward. As the deportation deadline approaches, the situation remains fluid and its resolution will likely have long-term implications for US immigration policy and international relations. That's all for today. Thanks for watching Foresight TV with me, Esma.